Hey, what's up? How you doing? I finally saved up the money and I got it because I tested this lens several months ago and I had it for about a month and I made a review about it and I called it the perfect zoom lens. There's no such thing as a perfect lens ultimately. Let's not be hyper-logical here. But I said it's the closest thing to a perfect zoom lens I've ever seen. Incredible bokeh, amazing OIS, really, really sharp. It actually has all the qualities and properties that virtually every other zoom lens doesn't have. So I got my copy of it. And here it is on my X Pro 3. Yes, it's the 16 to 80 millimeter f4. This is my lens. It's mine. It came in today. I was actually testing it, make sure my sample's perfectly fine, which of course it certainly was. This actually displaces my third favorite lens of all time, the 50 to 140, which of course is obviously a completely different focal length, meant for different things and different uses. And I have a couple, actually I got 3 copies of the 18 to 55, and I got a couple copies of the 16 to 55. I have all the X series lenses, except for the 18 millimeter, which I can't stand. I'm just not a fan of it. This is my favorite Fujifilm lens of all, X-mount lens, that is. My favorite GFX lens. This is the 45 millimeter 2.8, but here it is, the 16 millimeter 1.4. Undeniably my favorite Fujifilm X-mount lens, and almost an equal second. And I'm a huge macro fan, and I own so many macro lenses. I've tested so many. Literally, I mean, I don't think there's anybody that's tested many macro lenses I have. Anyway, this is it. It's the 80 millimeter Fujifilm lens. This is a macro. Insanely sharp, incredible OIS. This lens is just silk, sex, and sugar. Tougher than woodpecker lips. So these are my 3 favorite lenses. My favorite lens of all time, period, still remains the 16 millimeter 1.4. Secondly, the 80 millimeter 2.8 macro. It's great for portraiture. It is Fujifilm's fastest lens. I have the 90 millimeter f2. People try to argue with me in that. It's like, no, I've gone back and forth with 2 bodies, 2 identical bodies. No, the 80 millimeter is faster. They're both really damn fast, however. So is the 50 to 140, but all right, top 3 now. This takes the spot of 50 to 140. Is it the 16 to 80 millimeter? I had a Fujifilm ex-photographer call me up last month. I'm not going to give you his name. He's a famous photographer. He's like, I saw your video calling the 16 to 80 a perfect zoom lens. I didn't believe you. Hooey and nonsense. And then he said, I want to say I'm sorry. I got the 16 to 80 millimeter and you're right. I was like, I know I'm right. I may sound goofy, you know, just for entertainment purposes, but I actually, you know, become a Spock as far as the logical analysis of, you know, is it a good lens? Is it for, you know, what is it? What about the properties? Because it's not all about sharpness, right? Where's my sharpness? Because this is the only thing that people care about when it comes to lenses on the photography forums. They just think this is the only thing that makes a great lens. Is it sharp? 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 Give me a break. That's like judging a wine or a drink. Not that I drink alcohol. By its alcohol content. It's like you're asking an alcoholic, is it any good? It's got a lot of alcohol in it. Gets me drunk really quick. Well, that's not what a good wine would be, right? Same is true of lenses. You don't judge a lens simply upon how sharp it is. You don't. There's many characteristics, what we call the je ne sais quoi of a lens. And the 16 to 80 millimeter f4's got it! It's got all of that. So, this is my copy. It's mine, I tell you, damn it. It's mine. Anyway, I'm gonna go out. It's really, really freaking cold outside. I love to go shoot since it's nice and sunny outside, but it's really windy and biting cold. I got sick last night because I was out for 4 hours shooting yesterday with this really, really awesome camera. The new X100V. Sexy! It's like, which do you get? The X Pro 3 or the X100V? That's, of course, form follows function. The form following function of this is designed for something different. The same, but different. It's like you have to ask, then you don't know the answer. It's one of those things. If you have to ask, you'll never know.